right, y'all. Hello. Oh, fuck it. Damn it. Okay. Hello. Hey. What's up?
Do you want me to restart it?
No. Keep all this. We're keeping all this.
Wow.
What's up, guys? We're back for another podcast. We sat here and we tried to think of a good intro for you guys. It's not looking good.
It was at least 5 minutes. Minimum 5 minutes. It may have been like between 5 and 10 minutes.
We did not come up with shit.
We didn't come up with anything.
It was a rough train of thought, but we're here now for the two movies that we will be reviewing today. We have A Complete Unknown and Conclave.
I don't know if any of you know what either of those are. A Complete Unknown is... You guys know who Bob Dylan is? I'll wait for y'all to answer.
Yeah, me neither. Actually, you know, there's probably a good amount of people who are just like, oh yeah, Bob Dylan's this. We didn't know who this nigga was.
We didn't know who Bob Dylan was. I don't know who Bob Dylan is. I still don't know who Bob Dylan is.
I think I might have heard a song.
No. There was one song.
There was like a song during the movie that we were like, oh, okay.
That's like the song.
Yeah. So yeah, we watched A Complete Unknown and we watched Conclave.
And Conclave is about the Vatican.
Conclave was about the Vatican.
And the new Pope. The Pope died. And it's crazy because we watched it the day that the new Pope got elected.
Yes, we did.
We watched Conclave during the Conclave.
Shout out Pope Leo. That's his name, right?
Pope Leo, yeah.
Pope Leo. Pop Leo. That's a Pokemon.
From Chicago, baby.
Chicago!
We infiltrated the Vatican.
Fucking, I've been, as a wrestling fan, I've been seeing a lot of CM Pope memes going around.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, that is crazy. That boy,
yeah.
I thought he was from Philly.
No, he's from Chicago.
I heard people saying he was from, maybe he like lived a life in Philly or something.
Who said he was in Philly?
I swear people were saying he was from Philly also.
Who?
I don't know. I just heard, I can't tell you who posted what online. I just know I remember seeing it. Huh.
I don't know.
Well, the Chicago Pope.
I've only seen Chicago.
You said what?
I've only seen Chicago.
Oh, well, he's from somewhere. He's from one of the...
He's from America.
Streets.
He's the first American Pope.
And that's huge. That's actually huge.
So,
we're making moves.
Go, USA. Go
USA. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead, hop right on into A Complete Unknown.
Hell yeah.
Because we're going to save Conclave for last. Because a Complete Unknown, this one's the one that kind of... it wasn't a slog, but...
It's a biopic.
It's a
biopic.
And that came with its own struggles for, I think, both of us.
People say biopic sometimes, and I don't like that.
I was about to say, that seems wrong.
Yeah, it does.
That doesn't seem correct at all.
That is completely unknown to me.
Biopic. Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? You know, biopic. If you're saying biopic,
you're actually wrong.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you have that kind of speech impediment.
It's biopic.
Yeah.
Biopic.
That's wrong. That sounds like something that, like, no disrespect to anybody who's British, but that sounds like something like it sounds like a British pronunciation versus a fucking an American.
Yeah, like how they spell color with a U.
Yeah, and I will say some of them are based. Like schedule, they pronounce schedule as schedule.
Ew.
But in all fairness, it is spelled schedule.
In fairness, it's spelled like that. But
it's...
I mean, would you say sheem instead of scheme?
I didn't even know what you were talking about.
Exactly.
I didn't know. When you say sheem, I was like, what the hell is that even? But yeah, why are we talking about British people? Biopic.
Oh.
Biopic, right. Because A Complete Unknown, which is... Let's just... We're beating around the bush. Let's get right into it. A Complete Unknown.
It's
so
like the most American movie I've ever seen. Just kidding. It's not.
I was about to say, really?
No, Independence Day, obviously.
It's about Bob Dylan, who is a famous folk music player.
Yeah, he's a folk singer, writer.
Yes, and he is quite the man from what we've learned in this biopic here. He's a rebel. He's an asshole.
He's a revolutionary.
He's a visionary. But yeah, he's a lot of things. So we open up the movie It opens up in New York in 1961. I think it just opens up with him just like straight up hopping out the van. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's showing
not
him
the van, the taxi.
Yeah, he was in a car, and like they were just like it was just Bob Dylan. You cannot escape Timothy Chalamet.
No, you cannot. He is on the rise. That young man is.
Honestly, good for him. He just had Kylie Jenner and what's her name? I don't know her name, the other one, but they were like rooting for the Knicks.
Kylie Jenner
and somebody else.
Is it another Jenner?
No. I mean, there's only one more Jenner.
Bruce?
Kendall.
Who's Bruce Jenner?
Caitlyn Jenner.
Who's Kate? Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought... Whatever. Okay, continue
I don't know. Doesn't matter. They're rooting for the Knicks. They're rooting for the Knicks. And like he was very passionate, and like people were like, "Wow, he really is."
He really likes the Knicks.
What the fuck is he called?
Oh shit! We did the movie too.
Lizan Al Gaib.
Oh shit, maybe.
I think.
All my Dune heads, you know what it is.
All my Duners.
Yeah, shout out all my Duners. But Jesus, we took a little bit of a detour there. But yeah, we open up. He's hopping out the van. You know he's automatically just like he's here for the music. He moved out here for the music because he's out here. He only has pretty much his guitar.
Yeah, if I remember his guitar. He had he had the clothes on his back and the guitar in his hand.
And I think we hear also, I don't remember if we hear it or if we see it on the news, that Pete Seeger, who's played by what's his name? That's the Pete Seeger is the Hulk man.
Oh, Edward Norton.
Edward Norton is playing Pete Seeger. He's gonna be here for a while.
Oh, because he was in court.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He was in court. Did I say that yet?
No. You said we didn't. We don't know if we saw him or not.
Okay, yeah, but yeah, he's in court for making the song "This Land Is My Land," and that one we know. This land is my land. This land is
your land.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, that's crazy.
Our
to just
land.
change ownership like that. All right, but but yeah, he's in court for that song. I forget why. I think they were saying it was like non-American or something like that.
It's because it's
this
not,
like Red Scare time.
It was definitely during the Cold War.
Okay, so yeah, it is a Red Scare thing.
Yeah, I think he was like, "Come on, guys, like we need to chill," and everybody was like, "Fucking communist!
Yeah, this land is our land. What the fuck?
Who the hell do you think you are?"
But yeah, early on we realized, or at least I took a note that I was like, this movie looks good.
No, at the very least, looks great.
It's a competently lit and colored movie, so that's good.
I can't really talk about the script because like those are actual conversations that people had. So it's not really like I mean, yeah, more or less it is like real conversations, but it's not like I can like judge someone on how they wrote these characters because Bob Dylan is not a character. Well, actually, no, we'll get into that.
Yeah, I was about to say if this is true and accurate to the, he is a character.
Bob Dylan is a character. You right. You are right.
So we realized that Bob Dylan's here to meet Woody Guthrie. I really, huh?
I think so.
Yeah, I apologize if I'm butchering any of these names. I'm doing my best. Who is not well at all. He is in a bed. He's not really verbal.
I forgot what he had.
I do too. Did they mention what he had?
Of course they did.
Oh, well, I missed it then.
I didn't miss it, but
I got 2 fucking pages of notes here, and I missed what the fuck he had. Ain't that a big old kick in the dick? But yeah, he's just not well. He's earthbound. Jeez, he's bedbound.
Bound to.
And please. Sorry. And what is it? Bob Dylan kind of he sings a song for him.
Yeah. And
I made a note that I think I couldn't tell if Timothy Chalamet was a good singer, or if that's just kind of if he was just trying to play into how Bob Dylan sings.
I think that's the folky. I think that's like the folky tone that like, cause I understand. I understand what you're saying. Because it was kind of just like, all right, I don't like, because I don't listen to folk music.
I don't either.
I don't listen to Bob Dylan at all. Like, as someone who doesn't know shit about Bob Dylan,
we do not be bumping folk.
I don't know how to judge this movie.
Yeah, it's gonna make this one a little tough.
It's kind of why I want to do this first.
That is completely fair. And I think how he sung and everything, I think it just was abrasive at first. I think the more I heard it throughout the movie, I settled into it. Because at first I was like, oh, he's not sounding too good here. But like as it went on, like towards the end, like I wasn't even thinking about it. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
fair.
It was just like he's singing.
Yeah.
It wasn't sounding bad on some parts. It actually was sounding pretty decent.
Oh yeah, no, like that one scene where he was in the house, and he was like singing the song for like he was literally just writing it while the family was having breakfast. I was like, oh okay, this is cool.
Which is actually coming up here in a little bit.
Yeah, it is.
Because so after he sings that song, what is it? Woody, Pete Seeger, the one from earlier who was at the court, he was with them. Pete's pretty much like,
he's like caretaker.
Yeah,
he's like best friend, caretaker, all of the guardian.
Yeah,
He's taking care of
Woody.
Of Woody, yeah.
And so Pete was listening the song. Not over listening. He was just there in the room while Bob Dylan was singing the song, and he was like, "Oh, this guy's kind of good." And he kind of like takes him in for to give him somewhere to sleep. He takes Bob in. He's like, "Hey, you can stay with my family and everything." And yeah, right. That's
how he gets invited, and that's how Bob Dylan starts.
That is the origins of Bob Dylan. It's around here we're introduced also to Joan Baez. Oh, that does not say Bayer. Baez.
No, that's not where it was at the show.
Okay, I think I skipped a little bit then. Because weren't they getting ready for the show?
No, because Joan was already there. She sung a song, and then this was at
Folk City. This was the name of the show. Sorry.
Yeah, was Folk City the? No, it was a place. It wasn't the show. It was
the place.
It was like the little hidey hole spot, and yeah, Joan was singing her song. She sung her song, and then she got off stage. Pete introduced Bob, and Bob was like, "How about that Joan, guys?
How about that Joan?"
It's like, she's got a beautiful voice. He's trying to shoot his shot.
He was spitting a little bit of game on stage, too.
On the
stage.
And then he blows everybody away with this song that I really don't understand. I mean, I understand it. It's about war and stopping war. Almost all of these songs are about the violence of man and how we can, like, not.
Yeah, I mean, they're all... It's all the songs here are a product of the times.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of those,
as like folk music is.
Yeah, actually. So, yeah, and another note on that is that I believe it's Joan's manager starts to randomly starts to claim Bob as a client.
Oh yeah, her wannabe manager.
Yeah,
because I don't even think she's like really being represented.
Yeah, because while Bob's singing, like. This guy who we're talking about, Joan's wannabe manager, is just kind of like, because there's like scouts or something like that there, like execs, I guess, who are also at the spot, the shindig, and he was just kind of like, hey, you like that? That's my guy.
It's my guy. It's my guy, Bob.
Like, what the fuck? No, it's not. You fucking liar. You little dirty liar.
And then it's his guy.
It is his guy.
And so, like Bob is his guy. Like in the next scene.
Yeah, in the next scene, because he goes and just immediately has his first studio session.
Yeah,
like right after this.
The movie kind of skips around.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if it feels like we're moving fast through this movie, we're not. We're flying through this, and I think that's kind of like something that biopics just kind of have to do.
Because like you don't want to do like you have to tell specific stories, like. But my thing is like, if you're telling a specific story of what happened in the span of 10 years, because like this is Bob Dylan's story in the 60s. Yeah. So in the span of 10 years, like he did all this stuff. That's a lot of stuff that you have to cover. And then I have no idea if you're forgetting anything about Bob Dylan. I'm not a big Dylan head.
They almost certainly did leave some stuff out too.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you can get it. There's either some stuff that they probably missed out or some like inaccuracies.
Oh yeah, and then depending on the perspective of who was in the room while they were writing this.
Oh yeah.
Like if it was Bob Dylan, he could have done some fuck shit and been like, nah,
he was cool. He was based for this.
Right, exactly. Like, and it could have been somebody else who was like, oh, Bob Dylan, asshole. Tell this story. You know what I mean?
So, yeah, no, because we're flying through this, and it can be one perspective. It might not be. This could be the most accurate biopic ever.
It could be a collective perspective of everyone who has ever met Bob Dylan.
Ever.
I've never met Bob Dylan. I don't know anybody who has.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't.
Leave in the comments if you've met Bob Dylan.
Shout out if you met Bob Dylan. He's still around, right?
Yeah.
So maybe
I could look it up.
Yeah. Well, while he's doing that, where did we go from here? At this point, Bob meets Sylvie at a church that he was performing in.
Yep, he's 83.
He's 83?
He's 83. Currently 83.
Good on him. That's an old boy right there. I wonder if he's still making me. That's besides the point. Anyways,
making any money? Making any money?
He's probably still making money. I mean, this movie just came out about him.
If he's still making music.
Yeah,
is that what you're gonna say? Sorry, I assume money.
Yeah, no, I was thinking music, but probably not.
I mean, there can be some folky music today, but I don't think it's coming from Bob.
I agree. Sorry, I was yawning. Okay. So yeah, Bob meets Sylvie at the church he performed in. Sylvie's pretty much his becomes his little boo thing.
His lady.
As we get into this, his little lady friend. Something nice. What?
What? I was singing the song that you hate.
I'm not even gonna. Oh my god! That's what it was. Yeah, no, fuck that song. I wrote here that I said lighting in the scene after Bob and Sylvie's date was really good, and I don't even remember what that looked like. But if you're happening to watch the movie and it's the scene after Bob and Sylvie's date, that's some good lighting right there.
Yeah.
I don't remember it, but I thought that's worth mentioning. So yeah, we also learn through through Bob and Sylvie's conversations that Bob Dylan is not his real name.
Oh no! Because he got mail.
Oh yeah. That's how he found.
He got like a package, and it was like Mr. Zimmerman, package for Mr. Zimmerman, and he was like, yeah.
He's like, yeah.
And Sylvie was like, okay.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, give me that. And yeah, Bob and Sylvie are like fully together now. They're like moved in, or something like that. I mean, I guess not moved in because Bob doesn't really have a lot of shit. So I guess he probably just moved in with her.
I mean, he probably no, because that was his apartment.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, yeah, because he's getting mail there and shit.
Yeah, that was his apartment. He's getting money from the
studio.
Yeah, from the studio.
I keep forgetting because it's like things move quickly.
They're moving so fast.
So yeah,
that's like one of my biggest gripes about this movie is it moves so fast and my notes are so sparse.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like I'm skipping, but I'm really not.
I mean, my notes aren't as like scarce, and I feel like I'm fucking still skipping.
Yeah.
So that's just how the movie is. But yeah, Bob and Sylvie are fully together now. And through these conversations, this is where you realize like she still doesn't know jack shit about Bob.
Yeah.
Like he's very very not willing to give out information.
Yeah, no, he is not. He doesn't like talking about his life. He said he was like raised in the circus.
Yeah.
And he keeps telling these stories about like about like circus folk, and it's like, okay, you probably had like a good life,
right? Because it's like, what is this backstory, bro?
Like, who are you?
I mean, like, literally, she didn't even know his last name. So yeah, she doesn't know shit, and she's just like, why won't you tell me anything about you? And she's like, because you don't have to know, baby. And, you know,
you gotta know that, baby. I'm a singer, baby.
You don't gotta know that, toots.
Yeah, I'm a fucking rock star.
I'm a goddamn a folk star. Yeah.
I'm a folk hero.
I'm a folk hero. Go ahead, hit them folks.
I was about to say hit them folks.
Okay, but also I think they like turned on the TV or the radio or something. But like it's like going on. Everybody, the Cold War is also going on, and as we noted earlier, and in the streets, like the public is bugging out.
Oh my god,
about this shit because it's one thing to like hear about the Cold War in retrospect because it's just like they were just talking about nukes, but they wasn't gonna do shit. But actually living through the Cold War, when you're just like
fearing if they're actually gonna do shit is insane.
And that's what they were doing a lot here in this scene because people were like running around. I don't remember, were they like stealing shit?
They were kind of looting.
There was a little bit of looting going on because people were just like, well, if this bitch is about to go out, we might as well, you know, have some fun while we're here. Get a little bit of whatchamacallit, some money, some loot, something, supplies.
Yeah, I think Bob and Joan end up together too.
Yeah,
cause they were like, fuck it, whatever. And Bob sung I think Bob sung a song. I don't know. Bob's always singing a song.
Yeah, but So like I don't remember why, but Sylvie ends up. No. She was going out somewhere, Sylvie.
Yeah, she was going to like another country.
Yeah, she was going to another country, and like literally like 24 hours after, that's when Bob like sleeps with Joan,
which is crazy.
Crazy work. Like he was just like, well,
my time is now.
Yep, and he went ahead and he did his damn thing. What else do we got here? The Cold War threat is like the Cold War threat that we literally just mentioned. It's done.
Over.
It's done.
It's done. Cold War's over.
It's over. And I was just like, oh, okay. Guess we're
like now we're just in the remnants.
Yeah. Now we're in post Cold War times. That was quick, right, guys?
Yeah, that was fun. I wanted to see more Cold War actually, but whatever.
Yeah. And I think, oh man, yeah, I got some badass notes right here for this little area.
You're a little badass.
Thank you.
Sorry,
I guess. But yeah, no, my notes are not good here because I have that this scene from no, not there. Yeah, I have this scene from Bob and Joan. Feels like the longest so far, and I don't know what this scene is. Is this the one where they like kind of like? I think Bob's like
when they're arguing.
Shit, maybe.
and Joan's like, "You're an asshole."
I think that one's later. I think there's the one where they were like,
the argument is like right after.
Oh, this is the one where they're like singing together.
That was when they're singing together. That's after their argument.
A complete unknown. You're making this shit hard for us.
Yeah, this story's a complete unknown.
Oh
my god!
Jesus, ow.
You
I felt that in my mind. I felt that in my headset. Ow.
Yeah, that was.
But sorry if anybody heard that. That was crazy. Fucking hell. The complete unknown. You're whooping my ass right now. You're whooping our asses. Bob gets to record his own song finally. We're just gonna skip. No, we're not skipping. We're not skipping. We're just gonna go to what we believe is next here, which is that Bob got to record his own song finally. Before this, he was pretty much doing covers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was doing covers only.
I guess it's because like the label, they were like, he has a good voice, but I don't even know if it was that they didn't trust him or they just said they didn't like the content of his own music.
It was more along the lines of like, folk has always been this, so why do we need new folk music?
Yeah.
Like, why try something new when we already?
Yeah,
it's like stay inside the lines and you'll be good. Don't risk it. It was a more of a money thing than anything.
Yeah, that's staying in the safe area.
Yeah.
And so Sylvie at this point is also starting to pick up on like, you know, that there's a little bit of a little bit of something going on between Joan and Bob.
Little hot and heavy tension.
Little tension going on between the two of them.
Cut that shit with a knife.
Because you said what?
Cut the tension with a knife.
Oh yeah. I don't know why. I thought you meant like cut Bob Dylan with it. I was like, damn.
Oh my god, no.
But yeah. So also he's been visiting Joan. I guess he's been visiting her like kind of on and off, sort of. And I think that's what kind of tipped Sylvia off that and like how they talked to each other.
because she kept having shows and he was like, I'm gonna go to their shows, stuff like that. And then they had shows together.
Yeah, and oh my god, this really feels like we're just jumping around. I swear we're not. It's just how this movie comes off.
No, this shit's in order, guys.
This is so in order. Bob gets a letter from Johnny Cash.
Yeah. Okay. So my notes are they have their duet. They sing "Blowing in the Wind," which I wrote down was good.
They being Bob and Joan, correct?
Bob and Joan, yes. And then my next note is Bobby on a bike because he was on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
I didn't know Bob Dylan rode motorcycles. That's pretty cool.
He does ride motorcycles. We've seen.
And then Johnny Cash cameo.
Yeah.
Hey Bob, it's Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash. And I guess here's where you start to realize, like, you know, his star is getting bigger. He's starting to become a, like, because I mean, people still. It's not like people didn't know of him. People kind of knew of him.
Yeah, and it was interesting because before he was on the bike, in that scene. He was like kind of just like walking around, and everybody was like, "Oh my god, is that Bob Dylan?"
He's starting to get like famous. People loving him. And
he's
shit
fucking
like
aura farming in the streets. Like
he's accidentally aura farming.
Accidentally? No, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. And also, yeah, folk music is starting to become a lot more popular, probably because of him. You know what I'm saying? People are starting to really get into this, and it is at about this moment. JFK dies.
Sorry. Spoilers,
guys. JFK died in this movie.
Hold on.
Am I missing something?
Yeah.
What happened?
Bob Dylan ends segregation, Wade.
What?
He ends segregation. He's at the Martin Luther King speech. The I Have a Dream speech.
Oh, right. I don't have any of that? That's crazy.
You don't have that? Oh, wow. Not an ally.
I'm black. Like, what? Not an ally.
We don't know that.
I'm part of the fucking crew whether I want to be or not.
But yeah, no, he ends segregation.
Well, don't know how I forgot about that part, but yeah.
And then we get another Johnny Cash cameo.
Yes, that I do have. Wow, so yeah, I just literally just like cut that part out because this is so it goes JFK's death, Johnny Cash, JFK's death, Bob Dylan and segregation, and then goes to the Newport Folk Fest, which is where
he gets another letter
from Johnny Cash.
From Johnny, yeah. And then that's how we realize like Bob is like famous now. Like he's he's like on top.
Because what is it? So Johnny Cash performs at the Newport Folk Festival, and I believe he performs. Yeah, he performs before Bob.
Oh yeah, because he came in late because he was supposed to be there the day before.
Yeah.
Johnny Cash was supposed to be there the day before at the folk festival, and he didn't come. And then he got there late, and Pete was like, "Oh my God, Johnny Cash is here, guys! Let's get him in here." Yeah. And then he performs, and then Johnny brings out Bob, and then Bob performs, and everybody's like, "Holy fucking shit! It's Bob Dylan!"
Bob. And he sung "Times Are a Changin'," which is the song that I actually know. I knew that one.
Oh, also, I would like to mention, for some reason, when Johnny Cash was like performing, Bob looked pissed.
Yeah, he always kind of has an odd look to him.
He always looks like he's scheming. Sorry, he always looks like he's scheming.
No, good call back right there. Like throughout this whole movie, like Bob just always kind of has. Like, you can't really get a good grip on how he feels about any given situation.
Yeah, no.
Which is definitely on purpose. because he's a mysterious man with mysterious
tendencies.
Yeah, tendencies. That's the exact word I was looking for. Actually,
cool.
Thank you. But yeah, he goes up there. He performs. Times Are A-Changin'. That's a song I know. It was a nice little song.
Yeah, that's the only song that I know of Bob Dylan.
Yeah, and I think Timothy sung that well in that one.
Oh, he did. He did.
We get a little time skip into 1965. Excuse me. And this is when he's like famous now. Like we're talking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, people know him. Bob Dylan is like a household name.
He's going to like these big ass extravagant parties.
Mm-hmm.
Like every time he goes to a party, it's mentioned that every time he goes to a party, they expect him to sing a new song.
Yeah, which is
absurd.
Which is it's both absurd and leads to this little party that he's in here where he didn't know that he was gonna have to perform. It's like a very like highfalutin, like rich nigga party. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people with money up in there, and Bob Dylan's there, and he was just like he thought he was just there to be another person.
He
there.
thought he was there to party, but no.
Everyone's expecting him to perform, and Pete's also at the party. Pete, what the fuck is the guy's name? The actor's name?
Edward Norton.
Edward Norton. I keep wanting to say like Norbit is all that goes through my head.
We should definitely watch Norbit for the channel.
Oh man.
Look out for that video.
Yeah.
Look out for the Norbit premiere.
If you see a Norbit video, that means my will has been shattered.
We have nothing else to watch.
If you ever see that video, just know my will is gone. But yeah, Edward Norton's character, Pete Seeger, he's been in and out the movie, but this is where he kind of like really comes back into the fold and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because Bob meets up with Pete, and yeah, they're all expecting him to perform, and Bob's just trying to talk to Pete. He's like, "Did you fucking set me up? Did you like let me just come out here and that now they expect me to perform?" And he's like, "Yeah, but like, come on, just perform." And
it's like you always do it.
Yeah, you always do it. As a matter of fact, I'll join in with you.
And he joins in.
He joins in, and they have a nice little performance. Bob and Pete, they perform for the rich folk. And I don't remember. I think was it at this party Bob meets another Bob. He meets Bobby Newworth. I believe is his name. Was it at this party? Or was it a little bit later?
It was in the elevator.
Yes.
And then he went to go see him perform.
Yeah, but where do we have here? I lost track of where I was. Okay, yeah. So he meets up with Bob, and I ain't gonna lie. At first, when they met up, I don't know why, but I was just like, "Well, side character unlocked." Like I was just like, "This is just like some random over here." I wasn't really paying attention to him, so I'm trying to remember. Because he goes to Bobby's performance, and he kind of like ends up distracting from it.
Yeah.
Because while Bobby Newworth is performing, people start to look out. Like people in the crowd are starting to be like, "Oh my God, it's Bob Dylan!"
Yeah, he's like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, he's like, "Fuck, I gotta get out of here." And fucking, is this the scene where fucking he's like talking, like one of the girls, like comes up to him, and he's like, "Oh my God, Bobby!" I mean, not Bobby. "Oh my God, Bob Dylan!" And like a dude's just like, "Oh, you talking to my girl?"
Yes, that is the scene.
Okay.
And he kind of like I don't know what he does, but he's like, "Hey, don't touch me" or something like that.
Yeah.
Like to the girl, and this dude's just like, "Hey, dickhead,"
and just fucking decks
him like
just
for
decks
no
him right in
reason.
the nose.
Like, wow.
Yeah, and yeah, he got rocked hard there, and fucking Jesus. Sorry, little God fucking damn it. Okay, sorry guys.
Jesus.
I'm just gonna fucking.
Wow, you didn't even have to.
I didn't know it was gonna be like that. I apologize. That was bad on my part. That was not professional. I just wanted to get that noise away. Where were we? He's at some point in here. I don't remember when, because I think I might have did a little skip here with my notes again, where I have Bob meets Bobby Newworth, and then I cut straight to where Bob and Sylvie broke up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. So that happens. I'm gonna believe that happens after Bob got punched in the fucking face.
I think so. Probably.
And Bob's at this point, I think it also probably has to do with the fact that got broke up with. He's kind of starting to look for a new band. I mean, he's starting to look for not a new band, just a band. Because before this, he's been pretty much a solo act. So he's starting to look for a band because he's starting to want to like move away from folk music a little bit more. And I think he talks to Pete about this, and Pete's just like, "What the fuck do you mean? Move away from folk music?" Because like
you're the folk star. You're the man. You're the man who revived folk.
You're like the voice of a generation. Folk needs you.
You are Lizan Al Gahib.
Yeah, that one. I'm sorry. Fucking shout out on my Dooners one more time.
Dooners.
So yeah, Pete's sticking to his guns. He's sticking to folk music. And what does it say here? Shows up late to play a song with Pete's guest. Who is Pete's guest? Past Wade, who is Pete's guest?
Oh yeah. It was that guy who was like real funky. He was
right.
Funky. And I remember like they because it was a live showing. Mm-hmm. And he was like, "Can you play us a song?" And he started playing the song, and he was like, "Oh my God, Bob's here. Do you want to come in?" And Bob was like, "No, I'm cool." And he was like, "No, come on in." And he was like, "I don't want to interrupt your guest." And then they started like playing guitar and stuff like that. And he's like, "Oh, you're a folk singer. Like, come on, get a guitar and shit." And he was like, I could play what you just played just by watching. And this is when we realized, we realized this like sooner, that Bob Dylan is very talented. But he literally played exactly what that man played just by looking at it once. And they got fucking down.
Yeah, they got down. I mean, he played that note for note, tone for tone. And then they started jamming out.
And then Pete brought out the banjo.
Yeah.
Man, they was getting funky.
They was getting a little disgusting with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you remember that part because I kind of botched it in my notes here. And I believe it's after this he visits Joan again. And he's playing all like late at night, and she's like, "Can you fucking like go to sleep?"
Yeah, because like he just like appears there.
Yeah,
and then he's like, she's like, "Dude,"
he's like, "Are you fucking serious? Like I'm trying to fucking sleep here." And I don't remember if they came to the decision together there or something. They ended up like touring together. Bob and Joan.
No, that's not when they made the decision to tour together. They were already touring together.
Okay.
But they kind of just like hate each other now.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, Joan hates Bob.
Joan fucking hates Bob.
Yeah, this fucking asshole. And I think it's mostly because like she started to realize like, okay, he's only really here just to like get some puss, get some poon in.
Yeah. He is only here for his own gain.
And then he just sits here and he fucking plays his goddamn guitar loud as shit. Like, get the fuck out of my room. Yeah. So, like we say, they're on a tour and Bob's kind of going through like, this new phase where he's trying to try new music and everything like that. And during this tour, he's not wanting to play like, old music on stage. He wants to play like new shit. Mm-hmm. I'm tired of playing these old songs and everything like that.
Tired of playing this boomer music.
This boomer ass music. I'm trying to play some of that Gen Z shit.
Some of that hot shit. That hot girl shit.
Some of that pussy popping music.
Hell yeah, Bob Dylan and pussy popping music goes hand in hand.
Bob Dylan and pussy popping music. I don't remember why, but Al Cooper shows up at this point.
Yeah.
As just like, you want to talk about a cameo. This is a real cameo. I just wrote like, Al Cooper's here. I think I know him.
Yeah, I put Al Cooper?
Yeah, like, I don't even remember why he showed up. Do you remember why he showed up?
Fuck no.
Yeah, he's literally just bothered. He's like, "Hey guys.
I'm Al Cooper."
He's gone. I'm sure somebody who knows Bob Dylan knows why. He was like, "You don't remember why Al Cooper's there?" And I'm just like, "Nope." But yeah, he shows up. So Bob's going back to Newport. That was the area where they had the folk festival earlier, and he quote unquote convinced Sylvie to go with him. And I'm trying to remember how he...
No, no, this is what happened.
Yeah.
He shows up on his bike.
Yes.
And he's like, hey, Sylvie, you want to come with me? I'm going to this music festival. And she's like, no, I don't want to go with you. And he's like, come on. And she's like, no. And he's like, come on. And she's like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. Just like, no, I don't want to go with you. I'm going with you. So, yeah, he's like, oh, all right. That wasn't hard at all. And yeah, so she ends up going with him out to the Newport Folk Festival.
The Fort.
So yeah, they're going out to the festival. Again, you get more theme of just Joan being just completely over Bob's shit. Like, cause I think it's like, I'm trying to remember. Was this? I think it was like while they were performing and shit. Fuck. Do I remember? No, I don't think I do. It's going out of my memory. I apologize.
What are you trying to think of?
I'm trying to think of like, because I remember it was like Joan and Bob were singing on the stage.
Yeah, they were singing on stage.
And I remember
and Sylvie was in the back, and she kind of just like, damn, Bob's never gonna change.
Yeah, but there was something in the middle where I can't remember what happened. This might have been actually earlier that I'm thinking of when they were touring. Because I remember Bob wanted to do like something, and
yeah, that was
Joan
during,
wanted to do something else.
That was during the one where they like hated each other. That was during that performance where she was like, we're gonna sing this, and Bob was like, I don't want to sing that song, and she was like, come on, and he was like, nope, choose a different song, I don't want to sing that one, and then he fucking leaves. He fucking left, and she sings the song.
And she sung it by herself. That's exactly what it was. Yeah, thank you for that, because I did not remember.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. I don't have
To the audience, I don't have good notes, but I remember a lot of things. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, I don't remember shit. So if it's not in my notes, it's gone.
We make up one whole guy.
Hopefully. And yeah, like you alluded to earlier, Sylvia was watching Bob and Joan do their performances, and Syl starts like crying because she's like, "Oh my god!" Like all the emotions of earlier start to come back to her, and she runs off from watching them perform. Yeah, real great idea to go out to this fucking festival just to immediately catch feelings and just run off.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah, I even wrote right here. I was like, I can't even feel bad for her. Like,
damn.
Because it's like literally like, you just, like I said, he didn't even convince her.
No.
He did not even convince her. She was just like, okay. And then she showed up and she just like started feeling bad. She's like, yeah, he's an asshole. But that's what she fucking did. And Pete's trying to contemplate with Bob to play some of that good old folk at the festival, and Bob said fuck no. He's not playing any of that old timey wibbly wobbly bullshit anymore. He's moving on. And no, wait, did I miss a part? I missed when Bob tried to catch Sylvie.
Yes,
I believe he tries to catch Sylvie at
It was like I don't know what it was.
It's like, because I want to say train, but it's definitely wasn't a train.
I want to say, you know what's crazy?
What?
When I'm thinking back at it,
Yeah.
right? I don't know why.
Yeah.
But I'm picturing a boat.
It's definitely not a boat.
And like, I know it's not a boat because like I'm imagining like the steps that you get on, like, you know, like the little metal like
yeah, to get on
the boat and shit like that. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, it's not a boat.
That's a big ass boat too. If you got to go up steps to get up.
No, not like big steps. No, like the ramp.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, like the ramp. Like on the dock.
I was thinking like she hopped on a cruise ship.
No. Hell no.
Just like, Bob, I've had enough of your shit. I'm gonna go to Disney resorts.
Sylvie, no, don't go to Disney resorts.
No, Sylvie, don't go to Disney resort.
Not without me.
But yeah, so yeah, Sylvie goes to her Disney resort,
mm-hmm.
and that's when when Pete starts to try to contemplate with Bob to play some folk music at the festival because it's a folk festival. And that's what people are here to listen to. And Bob's like, hell no, I'm not doing that shit. I'm going to play some of that new stuff. Some of that stuff that I believe should be played at this festival. And he does exactly that. He plays some not folk music at the festival.
And not everyone, but the people who wanted to see folk music at this folk festival fucking hated it. Despised it. They're throwing shit. Now the people who wanted to see Bob Dylan, they were kind of vibing.
Yeah.
There were some people in the front that were cheering.
A few. There was some people who was dancing because it was objectively a good song. I don't remember what it was, but
objectively they were great songs. Like,
yeah.
I think he performed like one or two, and they were pretty damn good.
But yeah, like shit was getting dire with this crowd. Like you said, they were like throwing shit. I think there was like a few fights breaking out
probably
in certain areas of the crowd. And it was just like, oh my god, this is getting rough.
And this is a folk festival.
Yeah, a folk festival, and we over here throwing paws, throwing bowls.
Like the chillest form of music that you can have.
Yeah.
And you're throwing shit on the stage.
Yeah. And I was like, this part's fun. I was enjoying this little section of the movie. And yeah, he goes out, like they take a break. They pull Bob back, and I think he goes out to perform one more song. And I don't remember if it was during this song or during the first song. Pete, like, because Pete's trying to, like, damage control shit.
Yeah, he's trying to diffuse the whole situation.
Yeah, but he can't really figure out how to get things under control. And he almost goes, like, full fucking, like, Hail Mary.
Yeah.
And he almost takes an axe to the sound.
He has an axe, and he's, like, walking to the soundboard, and his wife is like, Pete.
Relax.
And he's like, you're right. I'm bucking.
Literally about to take this axe and just fucking go to town. And yeah, like you said, his wife had to like talk him down and relax him. He goes out to sing the second song, and I think the crowd vibed a little bit more with the second song than they did the first song.
I think because it was folky.
Yeah,
I think he gave them what they wanted. I think he performed his song and he was like, all right, that was cool. And then like Johnny Cash was still there, and he was like, he didn't say anything. No, he didn't say anything. He just kind of like looked at him, and Bob was like, whatever. And like he performed like a folky song. I think he performed A Complete Unknown.
You know, I think that's exactly what happened. Yep. And after that song, the last note that I have really is just Bob visits Woody one more time. Woody Guthrie, I believe, from the beginning, the sick man, who I thought was gonna die at some point in this movie.
Yeah, I did too.
I'm surprised he kept holding on.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he's up out of here by now. Rest in peace. But yeah, I don't remember if he sung a song for him.
Yeah, he did.
Or if they just, okay.
He sung a song. They sung a song.
And I believe that's how we leave this movie. Right? I missing any final scenes there?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
And yeah, that's the final scene. We end pretty much how we start, with Bob singing to Woody Guthrie,
which is pretty cool. Yeah. Actually, I didn't really think about that. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Good old Ouroboros snake moment.
Yeah.
And so we can get here to our final thoughts. Did you want to go for your final thoughts first, and I'll get to mine?
Yeah, I mean, like, we said all this. Like, the movie looked pretty good. Like, it looked good. It was good. It was a good movie. If I knew more about Bob Dylan, I think I would have a little bit more fun, or I think I would have a better time with it. I don't know. I'm not particularly the target audience for this one, for this specific biopic. Like, I'll watch a biopic, but it has to be for people that I really know or like really like care about. And I don't really care about Bob Dylan that much. He's a white guy with a guitar.
That he is.
You know, he's a corked up white boy, I guess. But like, I mean, like, to be honest, like I can't really have any feelings about this movie. I can only grade it like as a objective film because it didn't really make me care more about Bob Dylan. I didn't look up Bob Dylan facts after this, you know.
Yeah, I think I agree with you on a lot of that. I don't really think that the objective of these movies are usually to like make you want to look into them more just like inform you of them, because like most of your final thoughts are pretty much what I have too about, you know, it was a good looking movie. Don't really know a whole lot about Bob Dylan. I did write that while I don't know a lot about him, I got a good feel for him through this, so I think that
oh yeah, he's an asshole.
So I think that at least is a...
This movie made me realize that Bob Dylan's a dick.
Yeah. And I think that that's at least a success. Like, you know, for me to go in and not know who this man is, like, at all, and I come out and I'm just like, okay, I can get a feel for him. He's an asshole. He's an artistic asshole.
That's fair.
Like, you know. And I was like, okay, I consider that success from them. Some of the I liked how the times affected the music and how the music affected the times, vice versa, and everything like that.
Yeah.
Even though I think it happened very quick, I thought when it did happen, I was like, okay, that's
they did portray that well.
Some quick ass scenes early on. I mean, as you can tell, you can see that the movie wanted to get to a certain spot or hit certain points, like. So it kind of happens. What am I trying to say? They sacrifice some of the movie's like pacing for it, basically, because they're just like, we want to do this, we want to get to this, but we have to have some. We have to like be able to
have some context for
context,
why this is happening.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly. And I believe that's really all that. Oh Lord, I believe that's really all the notes that I have here. I have one last note. Literally the only line on this page. Just, I don't like biopics.
Wow.
That's all it says right here. I don't know. That seems harsh. I wouldn't say I don't like biopics. I'm just not too super gripped by them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They're not grippy.
Not grippy. Movie was... I wouldn't say the movie wasn't completely grippy, but it wasn't super grippy.
Nah.
Yeah. Did you want to go ahead and give your a complete unknown rating?
It's like a... I don't know. In my opinion, it's like a 7. Maybe a 6.5.
Yeah,
I'll say 7. I'll say 7. I enjoyed watching the movie, but it wasn't screaming at me. It didn't scream. It didn't scream Oscar to me.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah,
it didn't scream
That's
Oscar.
An important factor here. And honestly, I think I'm probably gonna meet you right there at the same spot and also say 7 out of 10. That's about where I'm feeling with this one too. I probably won't go back and ever watch this again.
Yeah, I won't.
But I did it. We did it.
We watched it, and that brings a complete unknown a Chrishmolish score of 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10, baby. That's that shit just got fucking Chrishmolish, baby. All right.
Still doing better than Dune.
Oh yeah. Still doing better than Dune, baby. So at least you got that going for you. I'm sorry. I'm tired of saying a complete unknown. I'm just gonna say ACU.
ACU.
You got that going for you, ACU.
Aku.
Who is Aku?
Aku is someone.
Who is Aku? Aku. That's somebody.
How do you spell?
AKU. It's definitely AKU. Who is Aku? I swear, if I'm thinking of Akuma.
No, it's not Akuma.
Who is Akuma? Samurai Jack. Damn, wait.
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck? Are we spiking this?
You're spiking it.
No way that's
I'm going to turn the game down.
God damn. Actually, do you want to take a little small break before we get into Conclave here?
Sure, we can do that.
Yeah, okay. So we'll take a break here.
Small little break.
Bitch!
Oh my goodness, small break is over.
Small break is over. We're back. We fixed the audio issues that you may or may not have picked up on, in the first episode. If not, then what audio issues? You're going crazy. But yeah, we're all good. We're back to talk about our second movie here, Conclave.
Yeah.
What
did you want me to do?
I don't know. I thought you were gonna have something.
Well, you didn't. You barely volleyed that to me.
I mean, I just thought there was gonna be some.
What did you want me to do?
Because like before, when we start, right before we ended our break, he was like, "I love this movie," and I was like, "That's good." So I thought he was gonna.
Oh yeah, I loved it.
I tried to give you the alley-oop.
You barely volleyed that, man.
I think I volleyed it pretty well.
I don't know.
I gave him the look and everything. He was just yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
Fucking hell. But yeah, Conclave. This one's about finding a new pope. The old pope has died, and we gotta find a new one. And like we mentioned before, we watched this on the day the pope was. I guess this dates this a little bit. Not super dates it because you don't know when we're recording this. But when we watched it, yeah, we watched it on the day that the Pope was officially elected or voted in or chosen. I'll just say chosen.
Yeah, by God.
By God and the people who voted for him.
It is a democracy.
It is. But, yeah, let's just go ahead and hop right on into the holy goodness of Conclave here. So like I said, the Pope dies in this movie. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, the Pope dies.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my fucking God.
I mean, I don't think you can say that during a movie like
shit.
that. So yeah, we open up immediately on the death of the Pope. They were talking about how like this wasn't like a surprise or anything like that. Everybody was well aware that this was going to happen because he was kind of sickly before this anyways. So this is when we're introduced to some of our main characters here. Our main character, Thomas. I forgot what his last name was. It might be in here somewhere.
I can look up character names.
Yeah, you can do that. Do you remember the actor who plays Thomas?
Ralph Fiennes.
Ralph Fiennes.
Oh
baby.
my God, he does fucking fantastic.
He is great in this movie. Actually, he's pretty great.
He is so good.
So, as you guys are gonna have to bear with me a little bit because I was a little slow to realize what was going on in this movie.
Thomas. His name was Lawrence.
No, it was definitely it must have been like Loris Thomas or Thomas Lawrence. Because sometimes they refer to each other by their surnames, and sometimes they refer to each other by their first names. I swear he's Thomas.
Because okay.
I swear. You know, for just for that sake though, I will call him Lawrence. just to be sure. You know, I'm very sure he was also known as Thomas. It's fine. Lawrence. Actually, let me see something real quick, because now you got me fucking.
Yeah.
It's Thomas Lawrence.
Cardinal Thomas Lawrence.
There it is. Look at that.
Because I was looking, I was like, no, I don't, because I didn't remember him being called Thomas. I literally only remember Lawrence.
Yeah. I think, yeah, because they refer to each other by their surnames a lot. And I think I picked up at one point that they called him Thomas. I was like, that's probably his first name then. But, yeah.
Oh my God, look at this baller ass poster, dude.
Oh my God, that's actually crazy.
That is hard as fuck.
Wow, this is so bad for you guys that are listening to this podcast and can't see this podcast.
We have visual, we have visual gags, but look at this baller ass poster. That is hard as fuck.
Wow.
That's hard as fuck.
That's crazy.
You know what?
Damn.
You know what? At the end of all of these scores, I'm going to add bonus points.
If you have a cool poster.
If you have a baller ass poster.
We're going to have to go back and look at the posters for the movies.
We'll do it when we have our grand finale.
The official rankings.
Yes.
We have to remember that. We're going to have to note that down.
Oh, I'll remember.
But, yeah, we've got, a lot of people are here gathering to, mourn the Pope and his death. Wozniak, who we'll come to get to know a little bit better a little bit later. Mm-hmm. He comes to make a confession to, I believe, Thomas about the Pope's last meeting, about the last meeting that he had with the Pope. I I don't remember. I don't think we hear what they say. Either we don't hear what they say, or I just forgot to write it down. It'll come up later, though. It'll definitely come up later. So stay tuned on that. Put a pin in that one. A random cardinal pops up out of nowhere, but they just kind of like let him in. This is Vincent.
Oh, that's
is that a cut?
You're
is that
cutting.
a jump?
Yeah, you're cutting.
Okay.
That was at the Conclave.
I thought that was a cut. As soon as I read cardinal, I was like, we've cut a little
I mean,
bit.
because like it was the conversations of what the Conclave is and like what we're gonna do. Like we have to find somebody. We don't want these people to win. It was like that kind of thing of like, all right, what happened before he died, and then we get to the place, and then now they're talking more. It's a lot of dialogue.
It's a very dialogue heavy movie. Yeah, it's a power struggle movie and a dialogue heavy movie. So if you're not down to listen to some niggas talk, then this is gonna be a struggle for you.
Yeah.
For you.
2 hours.
2 hours of talking.
Those squirrels are going crazy.
Yeah, you heard that? That was crazy. What the fuck?
Can I look outside real quick?
Okay. Damon's gonna take a look outside. There's squirrels being loud. I don't know if you guys are hearing that.
Oh,
but
they weren't squirrels.
Were they birds?
Yeah, they were just birds right here. There was like 5 birds.
Five birds.
There were 5 birds.
Back the fuck up, guys.
I don't. They moved away when I moved the blinds.
Don't they know we're trying to do a podcast in here?
You want me to go tell them?
Yeah, go fucking let them know. Let them know what's up.
I had to tell those fucking birds off, man.
Yeah, little fucking assholes.
Stupid. Anyway,
I've come to know birds as the rats of the sky. So
all birds are the rats
all
of the
birds.
sky.
They are. Sorry. But anyways, back to this. So yeah, we start to learn how like, you know, we gotta elect a new pope and everything like that. Mm-hmm. We learn of. So an important thing to note is what cardinals are. So cardinals are basically like, kind of like your runners in this, but it's like a lot of them.
I mean, cardinals are a different thing. Cardinals, are they are like the high priests,
okay,
and things like that. But like now, it's like the cardinals are trying to be the pope,
running for popage.
Yeah.
No, there's an actual word for pope. What do they use? Like popian, puppy.
Papas Fritas. I remember it was something like that, and I
Papas Fritas.
And I was like, ooh, Papas Fritas.
It's probably somewhere in here. I hope so.
Popadelic.
It's definitely not Popadelic.
It's like Funkadelic, but Pope.
I know what you did. I think it was like Popian. Puppy? No.
Poopy?
Poopy.
My poopy?
No.
Pookie?
No. Pop. We gotta get back to this shit. So yeah. All the cardinals are starting to gather into the what is this place? Is this the fucking
I don't know what the place is called.
It's this big ass fucking like
it's a big ass
hotel church.
Hotel for popes, yeah.
Yeah, hotel for popes, but also there's a church that they vote in.
Yeah.
But whatever.
And there's a cafeteria.
And there's a cafeteria.
Like a nurse's office.
Yeah, it's like an all-encompassing building here. It's very, very cracked. Actually, they could just live here.
Yeah, they could.
I mean, they basically do. Like this whole, and this is something that we'll get to that later. Actually, hopefully I'll remember that from my final notes or I wrote it down. But yeah, so a random cardinal pops up in this place, and nobody knows how he got there or where he came. No, they know where he came from. He came from I want to say it was. I don't remember exactly where he came from. My mind's telling me Argentina, but I don't know if that's correct.
Yeah, my man's Vincent.
Yeah, good old Vincent. But Thomas is just like, fuck it, just let him in. Basically.
Thomas is the one kind of orchestrating all of this.
Yeah.
He was
He was like the Pope's right hand man.
Yeah, and the Pope asked him to, before he died, to take care of the conclave for whenever. Like he completely like denied his like his resignation because he was like, no, the Pope denied Thomas's resignation because he felt that Thomas was the only one able to orchestrate this and basically control.
Yeah, keep things in line.
Yeah.
He was like, I see how you hold shit down, and we're probably gonna need you to hold shit down, and that is what he does as time goes through in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
One of the oh, sorry, that's a little bit of a cut. So after they allow Vincent in, this is when they go to the little cafeteria.
Yeah.
They get a little foodie food, a little snacky snack, all the cardinals. And Vincent does a prayer before all the cardinals eat.
It was kind of heat.
It was heat. I don't remember what it was, but it was. This movie has some bars in it.
No,
this movie
had
bars.
Made me think.
Mm-hmm. You said what?
Made me think.
Oh, just in general. Yeah. I thought you was like made you think of something specifically.
Yeah, it made me think of God.
I mean, that's a problem. You should be thinking of God all the time, anyways.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. The hell. I don't know if I picked a worse one or not. I might have picked a worse swear word.
The helly.
Oh. But yeah, one of the Italian cardinals tries to convince Thomas that the Pope should be Italian. I forget what his reasoning is, but this is like
it was like the Avatar. It was like, well, the last Pope was this, so this Pope has to be this.
And I think this is like your first small whiff of just like the power struggle, where it's just like, okay, guys, like let's relax here. Like, well, how about we go off morals and principles maybe, and not just like
Tedesco. That's his name.
The Italian one. Yes, I think I have his name in here later. I just didn't clock it at this point yet.
Yes.
So I didn't. We were introduced to this character earlier, but I didn't have him.
Who?
Tremblay? No. Bellini.
Oh, Bellini. Stanley Tucci, baby. I love Stanley Tucci. He's in like everything.
He is.
He's in Transformers.
He is in Transformers?
The Beats pill.
Oh, fuck. Good times.
I hate that movie.
Which one was that?
That was 4.
Which one was 4?
Age of Extinction.
That's not... Wait. It's
okay. It's Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen, Dark of the Moon, Age of Extinction.
That feels too... No. It is Age of Extinction.
And then The Last Night.
And then it's Beast Wars.
And then it's Bumblebee, actually.
Oh, yeah. Where does Beast Wars fall into all that?
Beast Wars. Is it called Beast Wars? I don't think it's called Beast Wars. I don't think it's called Beast Wars.
What the hell is that movie called?
I don't know.
We're getting off track again.
Why are we Transformers?
How did we get to Transformers? Stanley Tucci. Right. Fucking okay. But yeah, Stanley Tucci's character Bellini. I don't know I think that's his surname.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be Pope.
He doesn't want to be Pope, but he knows that nobody else can really be Pope.
Yeah. So he's at a little bit of a crossroads here. Because he says that he doesn't want to, but if he must, that he's running off his own ideals. Like, he's not going to be like shaken up to do anything besides what he wants to do. He's standing on business.
And throughout this entire movie, he has stood on business. He has not changed his ideals. He was completely like for him, like for the people. He's like, dude, like there have been too many not conspiracies, too many what's the word? Oh my goodness.
Oh Lord.
And it's I don't fucking know. Too many.
You got it.
It's right there. It's right there. Oh my goodness. We're getting off track.
Too many.
Is it something with a C?
I feel like too many. Too many. Oh my god.
Candidates.
No. It's not conspiracies. It's like.
Describe it.
It's when it's like, okay, so the president has like a lot of shit like with him, but it's like he's doing a lot of shit under the table, right?
Yeah.
But like people can't like, they're not like, it's like, is he really doing it? And it's like, maybe he is.
Cover-ups?
No, not cover-ups. It's not cover-ups. I could have thought of cover-ups.
Okay, bro.
Sorry.
Well, while he's looking that up, I'm just gonna go.
I'm not looking shit up.
Oh, okay. Well, while he's not looking shit up, like we said, Bellini's running off his own ideals. He's standing on business, and this is when we move into day one of. Is it day one of Conclave or is it day one of the Conclave?
I think it's day one of the.
Okay, but yeah, so we move into day one of the Conclave, and Thomas gives out a little speech to all the cardinals.
And he actually stops his speech to give a separate one where he dished out even more bars.
Yeah, he did. This is when he did a speech on like doubt and shit like that. Oh fuck, I really wish I could remember it.
Me
at
too.
least a little bit, but it was really good because I think it was something along the lines of like, may we like vote in a pope that is doubtful.
Yes, doubt because without doubt there is no faith. Or something like, and it was
good.
It was so good.
He ate that shit up. He really did.
Ralph Fiennes is such a actor, man. Like,
yeah, that boy was acting.
I'm not gonna lie. If I watch The Brutalist and Adrian Brody does not serve, and Ralph Fiennes really deserves that fucking Oscar, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah. I mean, shit. We'll see when we get to The Brutalist.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that one. I don't know what that's about.
I don't either.
I just like the title.
The Brutalist.
So yeah, they do their first voting process. It's literally just as simple as all these holy men just take a little piece of paper and they just write down the name.
They write down the name and then
they give it to the person.
They bless it and then they put it in a thing and then they take the votes and they number them and that's it.
And if you don't reach 72 votes, then they do it again. If a name doesn't reach 72 full votes, they just do it again. And this process is stupid slow.
And it takes as long as it needs to.
Yes, it does. And on this first voting process, Thomas voted for Bellini.
Yeah.
Because, he was just like, look, man, I know you don't want to do it, but you're based. Which is true. He is based. And I wrote here that Bellini's getting radicalized kind of crazy. And I think this is because, like, he's starting to realize, like, all these other guys are, like... Awful.
Yeah.
You're all awful people. I really am the only choice here. Because he's like, everybody else here is, like homophobes.
Yeah.
And fucking... And just... They've been... What is it? Fucking... I don't know. But point is, he's like, I'm the only one who can do this.
Yeah.
Whether
I
want
I'm
to or
one
not.
for the people. Like, I'll stand up for the women. I'll stand up for the gay community.
Mm-hmm.
The gay community.
The gay community.
Shout out AJ Styles.
Shout out AJ Styles.
If y'all know that clip, look up AJ Styles gay community.
Yeah, you'll find it. He's fucking him on a radio show. And
the gay community.
It's like you couldn't have responded to it with any worse of a tone than that. But shout out AJ Styles. So that was day one of Conclave, the Conclave.
We say of Conclave.
You said what?
We say of Conclave.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Day one goes by pretty quick.
We
Day
are
two.
Chrishmolish. It don't matter what we do. We are great.
we are immune to opinions here at Chrishmolish. That's for weaker channels like Markiplier.
Yeah. We're coming for your neck.
Fucking
Coming for that
dwarf stash, nigga.
Coming straight for that lip. Okay, let's get back to this Conclave review. Day 2 of Conclave. First day goes by pretty quick. Day 2 and day 3 is when shit gets into the nitty gritty.
Oh my goodness. Day 2 and 3? Wow.
Especially day 2. So day 2, we get some more voting going on. You know, they're putting in their ballots, they're blessing them, they're piecing them out or whatever. And so Adeyemi's ahead. Adeyemi is
the African.
Yes, I believe he's. I want to say Nigerian, but don't quote me on that because I don't know for sure.
He's like the only black guy.
Pretty much.
He's the Black Pope.
He's the black guy. He wants to be the
Black Pope.
He wants to be the Black Pope. Little note here: he hates gays.
He despises. Like he doesn't like women and he doesn't like gay people.
Yeah. He is not a fan of them. So he's ahead right now. Thomas ends up getting like 9 votes in the second wave,
which is crazy because he has not spoken about like being voted for at all. He has not spoken for himself at all.
The closest thing he did is when he did the speech about doubt, where he was like, "If we do vote in the Pope, it should be somebody who has doubt." That was the closest thing he did.
Right, and now people are like, you know what? He's cool.
Yeah, it's just like, wait, that's not what I wanted. And I think, hold on. That might come up a little bit later.
It will.
Not then. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay. So then the third round happens. The third round of voting happens. We're getting about the same results. We hear was it on the news or did they feel? I think they felt it, that there was an explosion.
Yeah, it was like a little rumble, and then one of the I forgot his name, but he's with Lawrence. He's the one that's like giving him like all his like news updates and like everything
I don't
like
think
that.
I have his name here either, actually.
And he told him, he said there was there was a small explosion, like down the street or something like that. No casualties, but there were like injuries and things like that.
Yes. And what is it? I like how they showed that, because like we said, they felt an explosion. They didn't hear it or anything. They just kind of like, they had like little like glasses of water.
Oh yeah.
And shit with them. And you just saw like they all just
like kind of rumbled.
Yeah, and then the little glass of water just kind of went like, and they were like, "The fuck was that?" But yeah, and like you said, his news guy kind of comes out and is like, "Shit blew up."
She exploded.
And so then they just go ahead. They did their rounds of voting. Then they just go ahead, take a little lunch break.
Yeah.
You know, they're back at the cafeteria, and at some point while they were all eating, something happens with Adeyemi and one of the nuns at the lunchroom. The nuns are also there during this process. They're just more so there as like kind of like
support.
Yeah,
they're the support class.
They're the support class. They're there for like injuries, and like, you know, they take care of the food.
They take care of the other nuns, the other sisters. They're helping the what are they called again? They're not bishops. What the fuck?
Cardinals?
The cardinals. They're taking care of the cardinals, things like that, helping them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, something happens. One of them drops their food, drops their tray, and Adeyemi,
he just lets her have it.
Yeah,
he's just yelling at her and shit.
And he storms off, and everyone's looking at him.
He's like, "What the hell was that about?" And like you said, the nuns are like also like they're taking care of each other and everything like that. So, what is it? The nun that Adeyemi yelled at and shit like that. She's kind of like in her room, trying to like talk down with another nun.
She's in like the office.
Yeah, she's in the fucking office with another nun who's trying to like calm her down and everything like that. And Thomas comes in, and he's trying to talk to the nun that Adeyemi yelled at and everything like that. At first, the other nun who was taking care of her, she was kind of like, she just needs a little bit of space right now. And Thomas is like, well, I'm in charge of this and I run this, and so you have to leave. I got it.
No, he was like, I understand that, but like I need to talk to her. Yeah. And she was like, no, that's okay. Like she just needs. And Lawrence was like, the nun said, I am the one that takes care of these sisters, and Lawrence said, and I'm the one who takes care of the conclave.
I outrank you. Back up.
I take care of everything, including what you do.
So how about you get the fuck out of my office?
He doesn't say it
He
like
does-
that. He's
yeah.
very respectful.
I wouldn't say with respect. He definitely He definitely
No,
like
he
kinda,
asserted himself, but it was in a way of like, okay, my bad.
I don't know. He definitely did a little bit. I was just like, okay, bro. Like,
he had to put his foot down.
apparently. I mean, yeah, but so yeah, they he talks to the nun that was crying and everything. I don't think we hear their conversation, but we hear the remnants.
We don't hear their conversation because technically it was a confession.
Right. It was a confession.
And I like
because
that
she
they
didn't want to
did
say
that. I like that they did that. They didn't show it to us either.
Yeah.
To keep it.
Keep it P.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because yeah, that's actually good. I didn't even think
P
about
stands
that.
for prayer in this situation.
Yeah, it does. So yeah, because she didn't want to say anything until it became a confessional, and then she was like, "Okay, you're right." So Thomas meets up with Adeyemi.
Yeah,
confronts him about the issue. So it's found out that Adeyemi had a child with this nun.
Yes.
That he has not been taken care of.
When he was 30 and she was 19. So
almost double her age.
So not a great situation.
No. Also, it's not really almost double her age, but it's sort of close, sort of. But also just not a good look. Not a good look at all.
No.
And Adeyemi's trying to like beg off to him. Everything's just like, people make mistakes, and I'm trying to,
Yeah, and Lawrence is like, yes, people make mistakes. You need to not.
Right.
You need to step down. I don't want to see you as Pope. You're not deserving of Pope.
Right. And I mean, I think does he still stay in the running, or does he step down?
No, he does not. No, he does not stay in the running.
Okay.
Because there were like word of like what could have been happening, like the other cardinals didn't know what was going on. They only had speculation of like what could possibly be going on.
Yeah.
So they and once that happens, rumors start coming out, and once rumors start coming out, then
all hell breaks loose.
Right.
Literally.
So nobody voted for him after that.
Yes.
And he stepped down.
He stepped down. So yeah, Adeyemi is up out of here. He was our front runner.
He was
up until this. Keep in mind. So then we get into the 5th round here. They do their voting and everything. Bellini starts to recognizes that he can't win at this point. Mm-hmm. So he's trying to find his supporters and wants to point his supporters to vote for Tremblay, I believe it was, who he believes is just like the lesser of the current evils still running.
Yes.
He's still probably like against Tremblay, but it's like, he's the best that we got right now.
Mm-hmm. Like if we're gonna have someone who is Tedesco or Tremblay. Wait, no, I thought Tremblay was the worst one.
That's what I'm looking back at my notes for, because I looked at my next note and something's off.
I thought they didn't. I thought they absolutely didn't want Tremblay.
Because my next note is that I have that Thomas meets with Tremblay and tells him to drop out.
Yeah.
So I think I might have some of my names mixed up here. Unless no. I think I have it right. It's just that Bellini didn't know this about Tremblay. So according to Bellini, this was the lesser of two evils. Mm-hmm. But Thomas knows some extra shit that Bellini didn't.
Because I don't know. They were talking about how one of them was gonna revert, destroy everything that the old Pope did, and I thought that was Tremblay. Unless I'm misremembering.
One of us is misremembering. Oops. But shit. So something's off here. But I'm gonna just go off what I have, and I'm gonna stick to my guns. So he meets with Tremblay and he tells him that Thomas meets with Tremblay and tells him to drop out, because Thomas knows that along with what the nun brought up in the confession. That Tremblay brought the nun specifically out there. He knows that one, Tremblay, like I said, brought the nun out there to, frazzle Adeyemi, and that the Pope actually like stripped him of his title at some point.
Yes.
Stripped him of his position, of Tremblay's position. And so he's kind of like fake repping in a weird way right now.
But that was the word of
Excuse me.
a drunken man.
Wait, what do you mean?
Because of the meeting, the last meeting that the Pope had.
Oh yeah.
Was with Tremblay, but the guy in the beginning who was talking about the last meeting, he was drunk when he was talking to Lawrence, and he was like, he stripped him of his title. He asked him to resign and things like that.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's the word of a drunken man.
So it's like it can't be fully proven. And yeah, so we can't fully prove it until and this is kind of fuck what Thomas does here, because he's just so like into this now.
He's in his head.
He's in his head.
He's trying to figure. He wants the best candidate to be Pope. He truly wants the best for everyone.
Yeah.
But in doing this,
he does some non-couth shit here.
Yeah.
Because he goes to the room in which the Pope died in, and there was like a seal that was, I mean, it was kept there.
Yeah, it was a seal. Don't break it.
You don't break seals, and Thomas broke that fucking seal.
Thomas broke the seal to go into the room.
Yeah, so that he could go into the room, and
that's a big no-no.
That's a huge no-no.
That's a fucking fat no-no.
But from doing this, he discovers some like hidden documents that were hidden behind like the bed or something like that. That were like actual documents of Tremblay's crimes. One of them including simony,
which I had to look up. Was the purchasing and selling of holy items.
Yeah, which is crazy work. Doing this for financial gain, like that's actually like a sin. That's giving into sin crazy.
Yeah. He also found some doctors, some hospital documents for Vincent, because Vincent's been a mystery this entire time.
Because he just kind of popped up,
and he found hospital notes and things like that, reports of like hospital stuff, but he doesn't know what, like there was a procedure, but he doesn't know what it was. Things like that.
Yes, and so yeah, we got some dirt. We got some dirt going on now,
and we don't want dirt on the Pope. There's been too much dirt.
Yeah, there's been just too much. But with this being said, like we said, Thomas is like kind of going through it. So even though we don't want dirt on the Pope, that didn't stop Thomas from literally making copies of the report that Tremblay's crimes. He made copies of the report.
He made 72 copies for everybody.
For each for each fucking cardinal. He gave each one of them a copy. And like, what the fuck? So yeah, everybody's looking at Tremblay kind of crazy now. They do another round of voting and everything like that. During this round, a window shatters, and I didn't realize at first, because I thought like something, like I didn't know if like the window just shattered or if somebody threw something through the window or something came through the window. I was a little confused by that, but we find out after the voting that, and it's from Thomas's news guy again, it was a car bomb and a suicide bomber.
Wait, no.
What?
You're saying that a window shattered?
Yeah.
That wall got blown up, dude.
It was a wall?
That entire like window and wall got blown up, dude, by the car bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that wasn't just a window shattering. No, like that like the entire wall didn't get blown up, but that top piece.
Yeah, okay, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah, like it got blown up by that bomb. There was rubble everywhere. Like you can't just say like, oh, window shattered. No, there was an explosion.
Yeah.
People got knocked over. Thomas had a whole like scar and like.
He did. Yeah, you're right.
You kind of undersold that.
No, because I just misremembered it.
You misremembered the bomb?
I mean, yeah, I misremembered it. I was focused on other things in this movie.
This movie must have been great.
But yeah, so a car bomb and a suicide bomber exploded right outside the little area that they're doing all this stuff and killed 52 fucking people, which is insane.
Which is yeah.
But yeah, you can tell like shit's going down outside. So I'm trying to think because I believe Vincent gives a speech.
Yeah, because they're all talking, and Tedesco's like, "We are at war with these people," and Vincent's like, "You know nothing of war," and everybody's like, and he starts talking about like how he knows about war. He's been there. He's been. Mm-hmm. Like in the front, he's been through some shit, and everyone's kind of like conversing like this. And he gives this very nice speech. Everyone shuts the fuck up because they don't know shit about fuck.
They just let him cook.
They let him cook, and he cooked.
He did cook, and they go ahead and they do their continuous rounds of voting, and
Vincent cooked so hard that this man is the new pope.
Yes, he is. Off the back of that speech, everybody was like, "Nah, he's based as fuck."
He knows what he's talking about.
He goes for his name of Pope Innocent, which is a nice little play on both Vincent and his innocent, I guess. But yeah, so we got a new pope, guys. Pope Innocent.
Woo! By the way, you can pick your name. You can pick your pope name.
Yeah, I didn't know you could just pick it.
So you can just be Pope Mega Ultra Superstar Phantasma.
Pope Galactus. Pope fucking.
Pope fucking.
Pope fuck. I don't think they're gonna let you do Pope fucking.
No, you spell it FUQ.
N. Apostrophe N.
Yeah, apostrophe N.
Fucking.
Pope fucking.
Also known as fucking Pope.
Fucking Pope. I'm fucking Pope.
But yeah. And so Vincent gets voted in as new Pope. They're all like, wow, new Pope and everything like that. New Pope. And then Thomas is like, hey player, let me talk to you real quick.
Yeah, no, for real. He's like, hey, about these like medical procedures, and like what, like you're new here and you're now Pope, and like what's up? What's up?
So yeah, Thomas pulls Vincent over to like a little private room or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was. And yeah, he talks to him about the medical procedures and everything that were done. I forget what the procedure was called.
Which he never did. Yeah, he never got the procedure. Which is important
that he didn't.
Hold on, because it's in my.
It was like a hysterectomy.
Yes. It was
fucking.
It was a.
He's got
laparoscopic hysterectomy.
There it is. Laparoscopic. Laparoscopic?
Laparoscopic, yeah.
Laparoscopic. Jeez.
Because it's spelled laparoscopic.
Laparoscopic hysterectomy. That's the procedure that Vincent did not get.
Did not undergo, and you're hearing us say hysterectomy a lot, and if you know what a hysterectomy is, then you know that this is very interesting. because Vincent was born with both female and male genitalia. Mm-hmm. So this means our Pope is trans?
I don't think that's...
Is that how that works?
I don't think that's how that works. If Vincent has both parts, that's not trans.
I mean, I guess it's... How do you identify that?
I don't know the word for that. It's something, and...
I don't want to be... I don't...
I just don't know the word.
Yeah, I
so
don't know either.
If you know it, you know it, and if not, then I don't know. Look it up because I'm gonna have to look it up because I don't know what it is.
Educate us,
but whatever.
please.
But what it is, that's what Vincent has going on. He's got both. Is it both a vagina and a penis? Is that what I was hearing?
Yeah.
Basically, then okay. So
because he was gonna get the vag removed,
but he didn't. So, yeah, and I think Thomas was like, so like, what are you then, really? And Vince was just like,
I am the Pope.
I'm the Pope.
And Vincent was like, no, Lawrence was just like, all right,
yeah, and that's pretty much how we go out.
That's how we leave Conclave.
That's how we sign out of Conclave right there. Also, they did the little because after every round of voting, they do black smoke.
If it's undecided yet.
Yeah, black smoke blows out of the chimney that they're doing the voting in to let the public know we haven't decided on one yet. And so they finally got to notify everyone that there was one. They do the little
Hell yeah.
We've been blowing up out here.
Yeah, no, for real. And like at the end, there were like kids running outside and stuff, and it's like,
yeah.
I mean, there was a bomb.
No, I mean there was a bomb, guys. But yeah, and that's Conclave, baby.
That was Conclave. Sorry for the lack of notes on my side.
And sorry for the mixed up notes on my side, possibly. Which probably were, honestly, because I don't think we mentioned them much. Yeah, I don't know. There wasn't enough mention of Tedesco, so I might have thrown some of my notes a little. Some of my shit might got a little jumbled.
We got all the beats though.
Yeah, we did get the main beats. We just might got some names confused in there, which
we
apologize for.
Did you want to start with your final notes?
Sure, I can start with mine. So I feel like it was a good show of the power struggle that was going on here throughout this movie, where it's like you have, for example, Bellini, who didn't want to be Pope, but understood after a certain point, he's like, well, everybody else here sucks, so I have to do it. And he was getting like radicalized to a point where he's just like, I will, like, literally, these guys suck. It has to be me.
Yeah.
Until it couldn't be him. And he was like, fuck, I gotta find a different way and shit. And like people were like literally not self-sabotaging. They were sabotaging other cardinals in order to try to like secure their position. So I thought that was well shown. I thought the movie had a very simple but effective soundtrack. It was a lot of string instruments, but I thought it was hitting. I was like, all right, this is nice. I like this. A lot of violins and shit, but very very nice that I enjoyed. It had some fucking bars in it, which I really wish we could have like wrote down, but during taking these notes and shit like that, we wouldn't have had time. But there were a lot of like really like thought provoking like moments. I mean, little lines and shit like that in this movie that I enjoyed. I was like, okay, they speaking a little bit, little like actually we saying some cool shit. And I liked how like this whole movie took place in the building, where it's like even like I liked how these outside events were shown inside the building. Like all the movie happens inside this one spot, but it still feels like there is an outside world around because of how these events are portrayed and everything like that. But I will say that even though it does a good job at showing these outside events and everything, I don't think they like. I mean, obviously there was the one scene with like Vincent talking about war, which is like the scene that wins it. But I feel like outside of that, like the only thing that I really was like kind of confused on was like I don't feel like those outside events really played much of a big like of a role overall in the movie, besides just like letting you know that there is an outside world. You know what I'm saying? Like because besides that one Vincent scene where he does the speech about war after the bombing, that really feels like the only effect that any of it had. But yeah, I think those are like the main final notes that I have here. I didn't have a lot of negatives. I enjoyed this one.
I don't think I had any real negatives. I thought it was really good. It made religious politics very interesting. Honestly, like you said about the soundtrack, it was beautiful. Like the score was amazing. Like every time like something impactful happened, you would hear that little ring, and it was just ooh, whew, gave me chills a little bit sometimes. The acting was fantastic. Ralph Fiennes always does this thing where he's the best guy.
He's the best guy.
Like I can definitely see why. I can definitely see how he could have won Best Actor, and I'm excited to see if I agree with Adrian Brody. And honestly, this, if I'm being honest, like I think I liked it a little bit more than The Substance. I think I liked it a little bit more because this was a surprise to me.
Yeah,
this was a surprise. I didn't think I was gonna like it as much. But everything was just good. Everything just worked for me.
Yeah,
everything just worked. Would I watch it again? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
I'd watch it again. I'd watch this. I'm gonna be honest. I'd watch this with my mother or my grandmother.
Yeah,
I would watch this with them.
Yeah.
I think this is a good family movie. Well, not a family.
I don't know about a family movie.
This is a good adult family.
I don't think you're gonna take your kids to watch
adult movie. It's a good movie.
It's a good movie for if everyone's an adult and you want to have a movie night.
Yes, and you just want to like shut up and like think.
Yeah, I was about to say, as long as it's something that you can log in, you can't be on your phone during this.
Don't be on your phone during this movie. This is not one of those.
But no, I think this. I don't think I put this over The Substance.
No, I'm not saying I'm putting it over The Substance, but I think I enjoyed it a little bit more because I knew that I would like The Substance, but I didn't know that I would like this one.
What is it? Well, that's okay. So I can't say that I favor it more than The Substance either.
Fair.
Just because I think I didn't know a whole lot about either of these movies going into them. I think The Substance held my attention a little bit more. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot more going on. There's a lot more visually going on in that movie. But it still was good. Now, if I rate this, I would like to point out that we do these podcasts at different time. So if for some reason I happen to rate this higher than Substance, oops. Because I don't want somebody to be like...
hold on.
What?
You forgot. You have a rule. Wade has a rule with some of these movies. With all of these movies, actually. Where if Among Us is mentioned...
in any way, shape, or form...
there are extra points.
I'm not gonna make this a legitimate rule, but this is something that I enjoy doing.
I think it's funny
because Among Us was mentioned in this one. I think they mentioned the word imposter, so that counts.
I thought they just said Among Us.
It was either one of the two. I don't remember because I didn't even have it written down. I usually have it written down because I forget which other movie it was in, but I did mention it. Mm-hmm. But I did not have it written down in this one. But yeah, I'll go ahead and give my score of Conclave. I think I'm giving Conclave like a solid I'm struggling between I want to say 8. Mm-hmm. 8, maybe 7.5. But 7.5 feels too low. I'll go 8. 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10 for Conclave.
I really liked it. I liked all the colors. I liked the cinematography. I liked the movie.
Yeah, you did.
I'm gonna give it a 9.
Damn. Oh, shit.
I liked it.
So that shit was hitting all cylinders. Almost all cylinders.
That means that Conclave gets a collective score of 8.5 out of 10. 8.5 popes.
Which is good shit.
Good shit.
Good shit. You said 8.5 popes.
8.5 popes.
Yeah, it is. 8.5 laparoscopic hysterectomies.
Out of 10.
Out of 10. Did I say that again? Was that laparoscopic?
There was one.
It was something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah. And that'll be our reviews for the day. Tune in next time where we watch whatever the fuck else is next on the list.
We're watching something next.
Something, whatever's on the hit list next, we're watching that.
And I'm gonna be honest, if we can't find anything, if we can't watch the Oscar movies, I think
we can still talk about stuff.
I guess so. Yeah. But yeah, we will see you guys in the next podcast.
Hope you enjoyed this one.
Yes.
If you didn't, what the fuck?
Fuck you.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one. We forgot to mention that. My fault. I didn't mean to insult you first. Like and subscribe, please.
Like and subscribe, and then fuck you.
Yes.